Hey everybody. I've been looking at just Tucker Carlson and some of his podcasts online, and I'm looking at some of the interviews that he's done with other podcasters. And the thing about Tucker Carlson is that I think people should be happy that we have someone who's a Republican who actually is questioning things. He's actually inviting on controversial guests that people don't agree with. Like, he's someone that's willing to hear both sides. And I think the problem with a lot of Republicans that I'm seeing online is that, some of these Republicans, they almost want you to disbelieve Fox News narratives. Like, oh, well, this person isn't a good person, so I don't know why Tucker Carlson is doing an interview with this person. It's just like, let people decide, if they want to listen to a podcast that he creates. And then also, some of these folks are people that mainstream media tells you, oh, well, they're going to, make the more people not like the Republicans and things like that. Well, here's the thing about it. If Republicans are as transparent as they say they are, because, I remember during the election, people were talking about, oh, well, transparency and Donald Trump and the Republicans are more transparent than the Democrats and all this other stuff, then guess what? Having somebody who Tucker Carlson is speaking to that might be controversial shouldn't bother Republicans, especially, since during the election, everybody was talking about free speech and things like that. So my whole thing is, let people decide if they want to listen to, a person that he has on his podcast. Like, listening to commentators, try to talk down on Tucker Carlson and all this other stuff. Well, they didn't have any problem when he was when he was during the Iraq war or the wars we had, in the past with Bush. They didn't have any problem with him going on TV and, acting like, everything the president was doing was the right thing at the time. I think it was George W. Bush at that time. And so all of a sudden, these people that love Tucker Carlson are now, they're changing up on him because he interviews someone they don't like. Like, it's almost to the point where a lot of Republicans, and I said this before, are acting like Democrats. Like, if you speak to the wrong person or you interview the wrong person or you do a video or collaboration with the wrong person they don't agree with, then all of a sudden, no one should like you. Like, that's crazy. And just seeing someone like, what's his name, Mark Levin, like every time he talks on the internet, it's almost about Tucker Carlson is such a bad person and Tucker Carlson is the reason why this is happening, that. It's just like, reason why Tucker Carlson his podcast has become so popular is because he's willing to talk to people that, mainstream Republicans or neocons might not agree with. And I think that's a good thing. I think, if Republicans want to tap into, new folks, Democrats, independents, and things like that, then you have to go sometimes on enemy territory and speak to different people. Some of these Republicans think you're going to win elections by just talking to Republicans and just talking to establishment people, and that's not how you're going to win in the future. It's to the point now where folks don't like to be told who they should listen to. And if that's the case, then, do you want Tucker Carlson to, act like Anderson Cooper or somebody on CNN? Like, I think we should celebrate people that are willing to take risks and say, you know what, I'll speak to Vladimir Putin. I'll speak to, Nick Fuentes and some of these other folks that other people wouldn't, speak to at all because, they're not good people in other folks' eyes. Like, I think, a person that, especially Republicans, a person that believes in free speech should be willing to sit down with anybody. And just because you sit down with someone doesn't mean that you agree with them. Like, a lot of people think because Tucker talks to somebody from a foreign country that people don't like, that, all of a sudden he agrees with their point of view. Like, it's good for Americans and just people in general to have open dialogues and discussions. That's the way you learn from other people, and that's the way you move the world forward. Like, are we going to get to the point where we say, well, you know what? I didn't vote for Donald Trump, so I'm not going to interview anybody from Donald Trump's administration because I don't agree with them. Like that's foolish. And that's not how you move the world forward. You move the world forward by free speech and people being able to talk to each other and also talking with folks that you don't agree with. So, that's just my opinion. I celebrate what Tucker Carlson is doing. I salute him. I think he's doing an amazing job. I think his podcast is only going to become bigger. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at CNN and Fox News and MSNBC, well, now it's MS Now or whatever it's called, you can almost predict who they're going to have on as guests. With Tucker, you never know who he's going to have on. He might have someone talk about politics. He might have another person from Venezuela or something talk about war. Like, you don't know. And I like that. I like that he's unpredictable. And so, again, let me know how you feel about Tucker Carlson. But I think, he's doing a very good job. And I think more people should appreciate someone like Tucker Carlson, especially, what's going on in the media right now. So in the comment section, just let me know how you feel about Tucker Carlson and his podcast. Thank you.